Hey everyone! Today we are going to talk about the history of the Philippines. The Philippines is a beautiful country in Southeast Asia with more than 7,000 islands. It has a very rich history, full of interesting events and stories that shaped the nation we know today. In this video, we will explore the history of the Philippines from ancient times to the present. Ancient Philippines. The history of the Philippines starts thousands of years ago. People have lived in the islands for a very long time. The first settlers were called the Austronesians. They arrived in the Philippines around 3000 BC. These early Filipinos lived by farming, fishing, and hunting. They made tools from stone and shells, and later they learned to use metals like bronze and iron. Archaeologists have found many old tools, pottery, and even jewelry from these times. One of the most famous discoveries is the Taban man, who lived in Palawan about 22,000 years ago. The Taban man is one of the earliest known humans in the Philippines. Before foreign influences came, early Filipinos had their own way of life. They lived in small villages called barangays. The leader of a barangay was called a dotu. People respected their leaders, and they had their own rules and traditions. Religion was important too. Ancient Filipinos believed in anito or spirits, and they honored their ancestors. The age of trade. The Philippines was not isolated because it is located between the Pacific Ocean and the South China Sea. It became part of early trade routes. Around the 9th century, Chinese traders started visiting the islands. They brought goods like silk, porcelain, and rice, and they traded for gold, pearls, and other local products. Other traders also came, like the Arabs, Indians, and Malays. These interactions helped shape Filipino culture, language, and even religion. Before the Spanish arrived, some parts of the Philippines had already been influenced by Islam, especially in the southern islands, like Mindanao. The arrival of the Spaniards. In 1521, a famous Portuguese explorer working for Spain, Ferdinand Magellan, arrived in the Philippines. He landed on the island of Hamanhan in Samar and later reached Cebu. Magellan and his crew met local leaders, including Raja Humaban, the ruler of Cebu. Magellan tried to spread Christianity, and some local people converted. Unfortunately, Magellan was killed in the Battle of Mactan by the forces of Lapu, a local chieftain who resisted foreign rule. This event is remembered in Philippine history as a symbol of courage and resistance. It was not until 1565 that Spain established a permanent settlement in the Philippines. Miguel Lopez de Legazpi became the first Spanish governor. He built the city of Cebu as the first Spanish colony, and later they established Manila as the capital in 1571. Manila became an important city for trade and government. Spanish rule in the Philippines. The Philippines was under Spanish rule for more than 300 years. Spain introduced many changes to the islands. One of the biggest changes was Christianity. The Spanish missionaries built churches, converted many people, and established Catholic traditions that are still strong in the Philippines today. Spain also introduced a system of government. They divided the country into provinces and towns with Spanish officials in charge. They built roads, schools, and hospitals. But their rule was not always fair. Many Filipinos were forced to pay taxes, work on farms or projects, and follow Spanish laws. During this period, Filipino culture changed a lot. New foods, clothes, and customs arrived from Spain. Filipino languages also borrowed many Spanish words. For example, the Filipino words for numbers, days, and months come from Spanish. resistance against Spain. Not all Filipinos accepted Spanish rule. Many revolts and uprisings happened throughout the country. One of the earliest revolts was led by Lacandula and Sulaman in Manila. Later, the famous hero Jose Rizal became a symbol of peaceful resistance. He wrote books like Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, which criticized Spanish rule and inspired Filipinos to fight for freedom. Another hero, Andres Bonifacio, founded the Katipunan, a secret group that wanted independence. In 1896, the Katipunan started the Philippine Revolution against Spain. Many brave Filipinos fought for freedom, and although the struggle was hard, it led to the Declaration of Independence. The Philippine Revolution and Independence on June 12, 1898. Emilio Aguinaldo declared Philippine independence from Spain in Cobut, Cavite. This was a historic moment. The Filipinos raised their flag, sang their national anthem, and celebrated their freedom. However, independence was short-lived because of another foreign power. The American period after Spain lost the Spanish-American War in 1898, the Philippines was ceded to the United States. This started the American period in Philippine history. The Filipinos who had fought for independence now faced a new colonizer. Some resisted through war, like the Philippine-American War, which lasted from 1899 to 1902. Many Filipinos died in this conflict. During American rule, education improved. The Americans built schools and taught English, which became a major language in the Philippines. They also introduced new systems of government, healthcare, and infrastructure. While there were positive changes, many Filipinos still wanted full independence. World War II and the Japanese occupation in 1941. World War II reached the Philippines. Japan invaded the country and occupied it until 1945. The Japanese occupation was very difficult for Filipinos. Many lives were lost, cities were destroyed, and people suffered from hunger and violence. During this time, Filipino and American soldiers fought together to resist the Japanese. General Douglas MacArthur famously returned to the Philippines in 1944 to liberate the country. The battles of Latigalf and Manila were very important in freeing the Philippines from Japanese control. Philippine independence after the war. The Philippines finally became independent on July 4th, 1946. The country was officially recognized as the Republic of the Philippines. Manuel Roxas became the first president of the independent nation. Independence brought many opportunities, but also challenges. The country had to rebuild after the war, improve the economy, and create a stable government. Over the years, the Philippines faced political struggles, economic problems, and natural disasters. But the people remained resilient. Modern Philippines in the 20th and 21st centuries. The Philippines has grown and developed in many ways. Cities like Manila, Cebu, and Davao became centers of business, culture, and tourism. Filipinos also migrated to other countries, creating a large overseas Filipino community that contributes to the economy. The country has faced political challenges, such as the martial law era under Ferdinand Marcos and movements for democracy like the People Power Revolution in 1986. Revolution peacefully ended Marcos's rule and restored democracy in the Philippines. Today, the Philippines is a democratic country with a rich cultural heritage. It is known for its beautiful beaches, friendly people, and vibrant festivals. Filipino culture is a mix of indigenous, Spanish, American, and Asian influences, making it unique in the world. Conclusion: the history of the Philippines is a story of courage, resilience, and hope. From the early settlers to modern times, Filipinos have faced many challenges, but they continue to grow and thrive. Learning about the history of the Philippines helps us understand the people culture, and traditions that make this country special. I hope you enjoyed learning about the history of the Philippines. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting history stories. Thank you for watching.